In a fast-moving world, when you know that the technology is changing and developing very fast, protection of intellectual property automatically assumes a great significance in order to safeguard the innovations in various fields. In fact, you'll be happy to note that Indian companies, including startups and individuals, they are gaining a lot of recognition, not only in India, but across the globe for their research and development capabilities. And this is really overwhelming. In the current situation, there is an increased emphasis on the digital innovation, as you know. We are now talking about artificial intelligence or machine learning and the need to be self-reliant. And this will be made possible only when we are able to see the advancements in the technology getting adequate IP protection, where it also gets replicated across the world. IPR will continue to play a great and an important role in establishing India as an intellectual and economic powerhouse. And at the same time, when the world is also emerging from the crisis, as we all know, the likes of which we have never faced before, the COVID situation, etc., technology and innovation are the key drivers for the economic growth and recovery. In fact, IPR, the value of innovation and many applications of an innovation will be instrumental in pushing India to the growth of progress and growth. IPR is definitely an essential safeguard for the rights of the innovators in various sectors, because not only their effort that they are investing in it, but which are high throughput research driven companies, they are investing billions of dollars every year. And it is extremely important aspect of R&D across industries that their IPR should get an adequate protection. Favorable policies as well as effective implementation of IPRs. This will definitely lead to surge in innovation without any risk of infringement at all. So definitely, India must follow, as it has been following, zero tolerance to any sort of infringement and piracy. Since the release of 2016 National IPR Policy, government has made a lot of targeted and a lot of focused efforts to support investments in innovation and creativity. We all are witness to the fact that government under its own umbrella, CPAM, which is Center for Intellectual Property Asset Management, has been organizing across the country a lot of awareness and sensitization, including capacity building programs for different sections of the society, including the enforcement officials. In fact, India has become leader in IP and innovation, as we all know again. The Creative India, Innovative India scheme, it definitely lays a lot of stress on IPR awareness. In order to enhance more creativity, innovation, competitiveness, and economic growth in India, it is very imperative in order to harness the potential of intellectual property. In fact, with India's potential and its importance in global arena, it's time that we rise and become leader in innovation and IP, as the scheme says. So in India, IP has seen growth in last decade, which can be traced to both gradual increase in awareness of IP laws, whether it's dealing with the trademark, patents, or copyrights. And as a result, Surbhi, we have seen that the number of IP filings from Indian domestic indigenous companies or innovators, the researchers, has increased by 32%. And this is an outcome or fallout of such an increased awareness campaign, sensitization campaigns that different members in the community have initiated, including government and the private sector, academics included. This has also boosted a lot of competition and industry growth. In fact, government has taken a lot of key steps in the right direction. As you may already be aware, recently the patent rules were amended, which now gives expedited examination for the patent applications that are filed by the Indian women scientists. And this is absolutely a fantastic way ahead to encourage more IP filings and contribution of Indian women entrepreneurs in the whole scheme of innovation and creativity. Going forward, also coupled with the fact that Indian government has also changed the patent rules to expedite patent applications for the Indian startups community, has also given a lot of boost to the entire IP dynamics in this country. I think this has given a lot of encouragement to private sector as well to support the Indian government in spreading a lot of IP awareness. This is also one of the, a campaign which has been launched with a lot of support, not only from the private sector, but also from different government departments, including Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises. There is also support from a lot of other educational institutions. Several other ministries are also supporting it in a big way. And we really look forward to more encouraging results as we go forward. In 2016-17, the annual IP report, which reported a lot of good disposal rates as far as different IP registrations are concerned, we have definitely seen tremendous increase in those. Not only IPTSE, which is Intellectual Property Talent Search Examination, coupled with it are also a lot of other initiatives such as Startup India Awards, which encourages Indian startups to file more IP, to monetize it, to be able to interact with a lot of matchmakers around the globe. This has been giving a lot of good results, I would say. In fact, the government has funded 34 million large-scale 5G demonstrators at IIT Madras, and a lot of other IITs and other educational institutions have been largely funded. So we always thought that along with the government's initiatives, if private sector continues to make effort in this direction, I think it will continue to reap a lot of good results for all of us. I strongly believe that right from the time students start exploring career options, a knowledge of IPR is extremely beneficial, since it opens up the whole new paths for them to consider and strengthen their strategic and creative process. Let me just give you an example. In most of the schools and colleges, teachers usually give a lot of projects. Students are assigned a lot of projects. And not only as parents, but also as, employers or employees, teachers, we have seen that, students will invariably seek a lot of information from internet. And even, there has to be ethical internet surfing, as I may safely say, that it is extremely important that any kind of information that you are accessing, you are presenting. It's absolutely important to give recognition to the creator of that innovation or to the creator of that information that has presented you with whole lot of new opportunities. And therefore, we thought that catching students when they are young, invoking their internal moral and ethical values, that not only they should be socially very well aware, but also they should be intellectually aware as to whose work are they picking up, what are their own rights when they create their own work. I think that's the best way to encourage them when we catch them young. I and you both know, in fact, everyone knows that when we had serious issues during Diwali, a lot of burning of crackers or extreme use of plastic, it was our young population that came to our rescue. They were the ones to tell parents not to pick up, crackers anymore when Diwali times come, or not to use plastics, but use paper, even that much, not to that extent. I think intellectual property is another area, whether you talk about counterfeiting, piracy issue, which is a global issue. I think our young population are always, the right ones to move it forward, to curb any such mishappenings, its misuse, and encourage better use of intellectual property and move towards innovation and creativity. We have seen 70% rise in overall registrations in just 2 years' time, which is highly overwhelming. I think what has encouraged students to be part of this important initiative is because it opens up their horizon towards something really new, something which is really exciting, and something which is cutting across sectors. So IP is not only about pharmaceutical, IP is not only about computers, information technology. It's all pervasive. Where you are sitting, where you are working, while you are studying, IP is everywhere. And once students have become aware that IP is something which is extremely important for them to venture into, to learn about, I think they will definitely emerge as IP literate citizens. And therefore, in IPTSE, we have seen a lot more students showing their excitement to join for this annual examination. And what I'll say that, we have really moved forward. We've overall changed our web portal to make it more interactive. I think going forward, you'll be happy to see, students community will be very happy to see the new changes that we've been able to bring in this IPTSE initiative. Even we as organizers are extremely excited to present IPTSE as an important initiative to the community. It's a giving back to the society as well, to make them more IP aware and IP literate. Since the scope of IPR is extremely vast, we wanted to extend the benefits of IPTSE to more and more people. And therefore, this year we have expanded the entry to different fields of study. We have tried to cover researchers, people from designs, fashion technology, the researchers, technology as well as non-technology students. We've tried to customize our examinations suiting their own needs and which are more relevant to the area of study that they are doing. For example, a separate set of questionnaire for the lawyers that have specialization in IP as against those who do not have. And I feel that this will make IPTSE more youth-centric and more customized to their area of functioning. Specifically, also, I would like to highlight IPTSE Youth Leaders Program, and this is a new initiative from our side, for which we are trying to identify the entrepreneurial youth who can be the leaders in order to have, help us support towards better outreach of IPTSE, and hence the qualified and highly interested young individuals are cherry-picked. I would say, I'm re-emphasizing the word why I say cherry-picked, because we really want those people who value intellectual property, who have an understanding, and who would like to explore more towards this path. Those who have a very creative and an innovative bent. We are trying to cherry pick them in different universities, in different schools. I really encourage, different young population to come forward, be part of this important initiative. Register with us as youth leaders. This will help you grab a great opportunity, not only in getting connected with the IP intensive companies, but also explore their R&D divisions, their studios. A lot of other exciting things are already, made available for them. Also get connected with a lot of more individuals, like-minded individuals, create their own group. So I think it's a great initiative, we believe, IPTSE Youth Leadership Program. And the last but not the least to say is the entire redevelopment or reshaping of our IPTSE web portal. Now you see it's more interactive. It's much more convenient to go through it. It's much more easy to now register for it. And all I can say that please feel free to give us more feedback. A positive feedback is always appreciable. So please do come forward and be part of this IPTSE program.